Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Rabbit Build. Today I'm going to show you how I get an authentic looking patina on my car. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. Some people do it with paint. I personally am not into that idea. I don't like the way it looks. It doesn't look real. And some people will use a metal paint that will rust. It has metal in the paint and you can activate the rust. I personally like to bring it down to bare metal and then make it rust. First off, I like to start with the outline of the car, just the body lines. Any solid line on the car, I'll hit that first with the grinder. So now that I have my rough outline, I'm going to come back in, make sure that everything is down to bare metal. Not everything, but every line that I made is down to bare metal, also won't rust. And then I'm going to give it some bigger random dents. Some spots where water would normally drip and kind of give it a little drip down with rust on those spots. I looked at some pictures online of actual rusted out rabbits and found spots where it's common for them to rust. Obviously it's probably not going to rust everywhere, but I really just like this whole outline of the panel look. Now I've hit on some bondo here, so what I'm going to do is just keep sanding until that bondo's gone, and then I got a real authentic dent underneath there. I like the way it looks now, so I'm going to come at the whole paint job with 100 grit sandpaper to sand it all down to get rid of that gloss. I don't want the gloss to come with some scratches in there. Okay, now that it's roughed up and I got rid of most of that gloss coat, what I need to do is blend in these rust spots. I'm going to use this little corner cat electric sander. Now it's definitely really roughed up, and I think I can start rusting it out. I've seen a couple different methods. The best one I think is using hydrogen peroxide, salt, and vinegar, but I don't have any of those things except for salt. I'm just going to use what I have, which is alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and just regular table salt, and that's how I got the rust on this side. It did take quite a bit longer than the vinegar would, so I mean, if you want to do it quicker, I would recommend that. Okay, so I'm gonna take all the bare metal spots and then soak them in alcohol. It's okay if it runs down a little bit after it starts rusting. It'll give it some nice little drips in the paint itself. And I sprinkle some salt on there. Rub it in, make sure it's touching all the bare metal. It's got a nice little thick coat of it. And then I'll continue doing that for the rest of the car.
With our love, baby, why you say, baby,
Now that everything's all salted up, I'm gonna let it sit overnight. Tomorrow I'm gonna put more alcohol and salt onto it, and then keep repeating that process every day until it gets to the rustiness I'm looking for. Alright, so the salt method works, as you can see on the other side of the car, but I've decided to go with this whole salt, peroxide, and vinegar method because it's just a lot quicker and I want to finish up this video and finish rusting the whole car out. 2 ounces of vinegar, I'm not measuring exactly, but I'm just gonna... 2 ounces of vinegar, 16 ounces of hydrogen peroxide, and then it says 2 teaspoons or tablespoons of salt. I don't know, I'm eyeballing it, so put some salt in there. This way should be a whole lot quicker. You should be able to get this done in maybe 1 to 2 days rather than a week to 2-3 weeks. This is where the car's at after about a week with just the salt and alcohol one time, and I just let it sit. I'm gonna hit this with this mixture today, let it sit overnight, and then I'm gonna hit it again and keep doing that until I get the desired look I'm going for. This is how fast this starts to work. So this is what it looks like overnight. It's getting there, but I think I want it to be, I think I want to let it sit a little bit longer so that way it eats at the metal just a little bit more before I seal it. Alright, so the car is looking real rusty now. So what I'm going to do now is just wipe off all this excess salt and vinegar and whatnot. I'm going to try not to get rid of the drips because I really want it to stain the paint. I might just let it sit for a little bit longer to get some more patina, and then I'm going to seal it with something. I'm not sure. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 6 of the Rabbit Build. This is going to be a part 1 to this patina process. I need to experiment a little bit to see how I want to seal it to keep the authentic look. So I'm going to try a couple different things. Stay tuned for part 2. Make sure you subscribe, like, leave a comment if you have any tips or questions. Hit me up on Instagram. Peace.